monitor off. Okay, there we go. I do apologize, everyone. I'm going to start again. I had a bit of a scuff. Right. What I said just now was that I moved my room around, or as in this case, just my setup. And I had I've got two monitors. This one over here that I'm looking to right now. This one, sorry. This one over here is for when I am for playing the game, right? The one I'm looking at right now. And this one over here that I'm looking at now is where I monitor the stream and all such good goods. It is it has come to my conclusion that having two monitors where you're like looking at one right now, then you have to look up to be able to view the stream. It's taxing on the neck, and it's kind of overbearing that you have like these two monitors looking down at you. Um, and they were centered around a chair that I've used for a long time. It's a chair that I've constructed myself or welded together, basically. And for the past few months, I've used this chair and it is still sturdy, so I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. As you can see now, I'm looking straight at you because I figured it'd make more sense. Because if I'm going to look at the monitor here, I'll be just staring at you guys in the face, and I'm sure many are more comfortable with me um, staring at them in the face instead of like just looking off. I figured I'd go to that instead. So that's going to be the setup from here on. I just put my monitors on a desk and I'm using the chair that I constructed, and there's actually a good place now to actually put my um, future webcam when I eventually get one, when I've acquired the funds for it. So that's a plus. Uh, what else? What else? What else? Oh yes. Yes. What is it? What? I just had it. Damn it. Oh yeah. Oh, I keep forgetting. Never mind. I'll get back to you a bit later about that. But as usual, we always start my streams off a bit of a verse from the good book itself. This one comes from Proverbs 27 to 17, verse 17. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Now, just a quick summary on what the meaning of that phrase is all about. It takes iron to sharpen iron, like a sword, right? An iron whetstone, or I don't know really. I'm actually not that very knowledgeable about metalworks in that category, but it takes another person basically to help correct another, to help make another person uh, better, meaning that we can help each other as a whole community and such. It's paramount that we become positive influences to each other and that we try our very best to correct each other in a constructive manner, not in a manner that would cause us to be um, downtrodden or dis, um, discouraged or anything of that matter. No. No one should ever be put in that position where they must feel like they're inadequate because of another person. And this is what the good book tells us about. We must try and lift each other up to be able to fulfill our duties as the Lord's children. Now, I do apologize if this is too loud. Maybe I'll just turn it down a little bit, just a tiny bit. It's 249 songs to this, so hopefully they last the entire stream. Also, as fellow Christians, we must not just focus on other fellow Christians. We must focus on everybody. Include everybody in the plan. Actually, now that I look at my character, the way he is, it's kind of creepy. I actually do prefer it when he's like this. That just my personal preference. You guys tell me what you think. Anyway, that's about it on the scripture. I do apologize for the little. I believe the term is scuff nowadays when someone has a technological snafu. As you saw, I started the stream with no mic, or because I had like the monitor and output function on, so I was kind of hearing myself, and I can talk over myself. I apologize for that. And so yeah, some more V Rising, of course, but at least I have defeated the Blade Dancer and the Purifier. Onward. I thought I was going to be stuck on the Purifier for days until I found out that the most efficient means of beating him is through area of effect attacks. Anyway, I just want to make a good shout out to my good friend, the little guppy. She is currently doing an event because she I will not bring knock out the whole details, but I will say that she is working very hard, and it is an event that will probably last all day long. And she's going to be a trooper, and she's going to still take time to try and stream after she is finished with the event. So anybody who watches me or takes a gander at me or whichever, I fully recommend you go to her and give her stream a watch. She's a very lovely person, and I'd very much like it if you guys try to support her, even if you don't support me. Now, without further ado, let us begin. All right. Yeah, it feels more natural now that I'm actually sitting at a desk instead of sitting on a chair with two. Because I had a chair that had the chair right, and I built two armrests on it, and I struggled to find out what would be the best way to hold the keyboard and mouse. So I had a plank, and I would have to move that plank over and over again every time I wanted to get out of my seat. It was very tedious, and I was getting fed up with it. So for some time now, I have been wanting to go back to the desk thing. Plus, it looks like that there's more space in my room because of it. Let us continue. Now, by the looks of it, Ungora, the Spider Queen. What has she got to offer? Oh yeah, she's got Silk, and the one after her, Ben the Old Wanderer. Ooh. And he's got Pristine Leather and Shroud of the Forest. Oh, this would be interesting. And she, the Foul Rot, the Soul Taker, Spectral Dust, and a Banshee. Right. Onward. Yeah. I decided that I was a while ag- a long while ago. I decided it was time that I actually get like a sturdy table chair for me. These race car chairs. I tell you what, they're fashionable and all that, but they don't really do much for back support. I mean, yeah, they will hold you back and all that, but there's no lumbar support. And for old fogies like me, we're gonna need all the support we can get once we get older. But it's it's still fashionable. I'd still get one if I was like gonna play for only a good 20 minutes of gaming or something. But I wouldn't recommend it for long hours. Plus, they're not that sturdy really. They just break like after the fifth month or something. Can't withstand all that girth of a person to support them for long periods of time. So it's just best that you find yourself an ergonomic chair that can withstand plenty of weight for long periods of time. Since that was going to cost too much money, I decided to make my own. At first, it was too high. Felt like I was sitting on a throne in Pan's Labyrinth. And I I then shortened it and made it more sturdy. Now it doesn't rock back and forth. So at the moment now it's perfect, and I'm happy with it now, and it's lasted for some time now. It has got like one of those pseudo cheap car racing car seats, but and it's that has lasted for some time now. I just needed a proper base to be placed on. Oh yes, I was making the magus outfits, pristine leather and silk. So I'd have to go fight two big bad monsters before I could get my hands on this beautiful piece of work. Now the question is, how do I fight them? I'm going to take an analytical approach, and I'm going to try and figure out by just fighting them haphazardly just to figure out their attack patterns. Maybe use some common sense, like I should have used with the assortment storage lockers. Assortment of both are well, whatever, whichever one is going to vanish. Oh, but we already have, so I guess both of them are going to go into the devourer. But yeah, overall I constructed my own chair, sturdy, but it's also a bit heavy. But I'm not complaining. It is where I need it to be, and it will provide me all the stability I need through long periods of gaming, such as this 4 hour time. In which case, yes, I know that I am I'm early, by the way. I know that I'm early, but thing is I had nothing to do from here until 7:30. Rather just Get on with it, even. It's a lot easier to look between two monitors than to when they are like just next to each other instead of one on top of the other, and you, yeah, get a neck strain because you're looking up too much. Nothing. Right. Let's read the course thread here. Let's see if we can get. Is there going to be enough? I hope so. I want some. I must say I've gotten a lot more comfortable doing streams now. When I first started last year, which was I had absolutely no idea how to present myself. I was super nervous on putting myself out there and using the whole stay optimal thing, it just felt so weird acting that way, all about logic and such. Eh, I barely use logic in my real life anyway, so put it to practice online? I don't think so. Now we wait a little bit for the scrolls to be made. Is any more that I can get and any new technology I can unlock, the better. Let's try something a little bit more challenging for Vanita. She has a 0% chance of winning, of course. I think I might need stronger uh, minions. But what if we sent them both? Can't. Hello, mountains. Vanita? Seymour? They both have a very abysmal chance of getting past that. So it looks like I can only have send these guys to do only so much alone. Ah, that they're going to a monastery. You don't want to do that. What about this? No. It looks like sending them off to big places like a monastery or yeah, or to like big boss areas. Detrimental for them. Well, there we go. Seymour will have a chance coming back home then. Lovely. They're sent on missions. I am going to sent on missions. I will harvest. Tell you what, this makes it a whole lot better. I'm going to carefully make sure that I save the seeds of every plant I come across. And then make a proper. Like if I. Wait a minute, I can extend my domain now because of the. I keep forgetting that. That I can extend my domain. Be able to. Be able to get more territory. But how much territory? Let's find out. 240 of 360 tiles. Wow. Right, stone bricks, of course. Another lovely darling to um go check out is one called Ghost Queen K. She is, as the name suggests, a ghost queen, and she's a heavy Dark Souls fan. You can catch her playing the Elden Ring. Oh no, that's not the right one. It's not this one. Then where is it? Yeah, she's a heavy Dark Souls fan, and she is so worth checking out. I'll also recommend her and show her the love. There we go. I wonder if I will still be able to um grow those. And let us try and expand upward. Where can I go that will help me expand upward? Better yet, guess I can to extend that way. I just realized the sad truth today. When it comes to big streamers, and when I say big streamers, it's like people that are over the 500 follower mark. They it's hard for them to keep track of all the people that have followed them. And for them to like keep friendly terms with everybody, I cannot imagine ever remembering all those people's names, even though I'd promised them that I would. But but in reality, can you really remember so many people's names? I mean, 100 is a big number, especially um, if you have to be remembering names. Guess I cannot go that far then. But now I wonder, can I extend upward even more? when it comes to the big streamers out there, or yeah, yeah, it looks like it can go multiple stories. How's that? That's awesome. And it only makes sense that my throne must be at higher levels, right? But for now, they'll stay where they are. This whole floor can be dedicated towards plants and such. Speaking of which, I need to offload some. And maybe at the same time, try to. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I totally forgot about this. I can actually make armor storages and such. Maybe save that for when I'm offline. Because don't want to waste people's time. In the meantime, we're gonna go find the Spider Queen and we're gonna try and see what she's all about. If I can learn just a little bit more tech, then that will be awesome. Templar chest guard. Well, it's new. It is great tech, but let's have a look at its stats. Increase weapon leech by 6%. Increase max health by 80. I'll come back later and take care of that. Oh, wait. I like to bring something to a lot of to the common. Oh, no, I like to bring to attention simple means of how do I heal my horse? Well, anyway, the thing I want to bring to people's attention is sorry, I'm just trying to think about it now. I go mind blank for nothing sometimes. Right, let's hunt the Spider Queen down. Very far away. Ungora. That sounds like a Spider Queen's name. Maybe I ought to incorporate a brute sometime to my services or into my domain. Damn it. Yeah, I could just be a weirdo when I talk about this, but and bring it up. But how can you say such horrible things about people and and expect to think you're in the right? You have absolutely no evidence to back up said horrible things. What I'm talking about is this whole men going their own way kind of thing. I've just come into knowing about it, and for what I gather, it's basically about men who are choosing not to like find a partner and try and get married, have children, and all that. And quite honestly, I don't blame them. Uh, now, now, please don't take my. I currently don't have a side in this, but I do see it from multiple angles. In fact, I like to try and make it a point to see things from multiple angles, just so that I don't have a ghost crystal. I don't have like a biased side to it. That being said, I'm talking about, of course, that I understand where men are coming from, that they want to just go their own way and not like bother with a partner or anything. In the US alone, you check how the statistics of divorce and how, and of course, men's mental health. There are guys out there that are roughing it up like bosses, but they're not getting validation because it's from those that they deem deem important. And when they try to find like a partner that could help validate that their hard work is being put to good use, such as supporting a family and coming home to like a comforting, warm atmosphere, I can understand then that why men would walk away from the possibility of going for someone that they like at first, and then all of a sudden, 3 to 5 years later, they have a massive argument that is just too big, and then the man is left with nothing because the wife takes everything. On the other hand, I do see that there is, on the other hand, for women as well. I understand that women are to be taught that they can be strong, they can be independent, and that their value towards men can be invaluable to the degree where Holy moly, I'm gonna have a big fight on my hands, aren't I? It, it's just her kids alone that I'm dealing with here. And I just wasted one of my strongest spells. Yeah. And with how far women have come since the days of old, where I got myself a helmet. Extra defense, I guess. Nothing. It gives me nothing. Really? Especially women in America have come a long way to like gain the freedoms that they have now, or the rights that they have now. Like the right to vote, the right to a job, and so on and so forth. Any freedoms that uh, that some people, now add, take for granted because they never had to deal with the harsh um what's the right word? I can't say prejudice. It wasn't really prejudice. Maybe inequality, I guess we can call it. That a male dominated environment would see that, okay, so you're not like us in terms that you're not really meant to be the breadwinner. So no, it's like that. And that can and to fight against that kind of authority, yes, I get it. Women women of the past, there are women back in then that have fought long and hard for future generations of women to get the same equal treatments as men do. However, there are people that like act as if they have fought the long hard fight, where all they've really done is just had to deal with like no, 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 I'm not saying that this is now take into account, I'm not saying that everybody's the same. Some people have it worse. Some women still have that same problem that they had like in the 1920s or whenever, where inequality in the workplace because of gender roles was a massive thing. I wonder if I can take these. No, I can't. And they still deal with something like that. There are still people that are like so far behind the times that they will still treat women in that manner. In which case, they need to be re-educated, go back to school and such. But overall, they never really had to fight the same battle as, say, say Rosa Parks. Okay, I know that she fought for racial rights and all that. It but I mean, she still set the stage. She still like fought that for women's rights everywhere, like not just for a particular race, but also for women's rights as well. Sorry, I just received an email, just looking up something quickly. Oh, okay, cool, great. If you were to look at women down the history. One, I'm trying to think now very hard which one. Dr. Emily Howard, Dr. Emily Howard Stowe, I think it is. I think the first female doctor. Uh, she proved that that women are just as competent in the field of medicine as men, and because of that, because of her, we can now have female doctors that can, and may I add, do a good job. But then again, it's all about about the person, right? In the end, it's all about the person, regardless of gender. If a person just happens to be good at, say, gynecology, then and it happens to be a man, then good for him. But if it's a woman, then it makes sense. And also, let us look at the Iron Lady herself. Um, what was her name? Margaret Thatcher. She she proved to be a formidable force. Okay, here we go. Ungora, she's already spitting stuff at me. I think aerial attacks will also do a good job. All right. It looks like she is also going to be difficult. At this point, who isn't going to be difficult? Yeah. So she has totally slain me. I think it's also because I'm several levels lower than her. Okay. I admit I do not know much iron women from those days. My apologies. They really didn't teach us in school, though I know that's not an excuse. But the overall point is that modern women of today have not gone through the same struggles as women of 100 and something years ago. And every woman before that who were subjected to the kind of mistreatment of a male dominant world. And yet they will act. I'm talking about really the fakers who will act like they've been through such harrowing ordeals. And in the end, they're just luck. They should be grateful that they at least have a car instead of not worry about its damn color. The thing is, I've been checking a lot of these videos of how some of them are going like crazy because men were not approaching them anymore. And you guys have probably seen the same kind of videos where a guy doesn't even look in her direction, or when he wants to help, then he's hounded as a creep or as a stalker or something. When, guess what? I just looked in your direction for a hot, brief 2 seconds. Doesn't make me a creep, ma'am. Because I mean, it's uh, it's quite difficult to not be able to look around the gym after your hard workout. You want to be able to. I'm talking about as in gym culture as well. That is There's those people that will like, and this is everybody. There are those people that will like get mad at you because uh, you're walking towards the cardio section, but guess what? They're posing in front of a camera to be able so they can take pictures of themselves. I understand that you want to take pictures of yourself so that you can check your progress, or because you want to be an influencer. I get it, but they need to bear in mind that it's a public area. It'd be all the more realistic if they allowed people to just be in the shot once in a while, blur their faces out, so that they can protect their identity if they are not consenting to having themselves in a photo. But like you're ruining it for everybody else when you conquer a whole machine just so that you can take a picture of how awesome your back workouts are going. And trust me, I've been there before where I would like wanted to take a picture with my shirt off of my back muscles because I felt like my back was worked extra hard that day. I've wanted that as well, but I just reminded myself that it's a public place and it'd be inappropriate to do such a thing, especially when the gym is packed at a certain hour. But back to the topic at hand. Uh, the whole thing is about men going their own way. What would you do if I mean rejection is a common thing when it comes to mingling and rejection is a normal thing for anybody out there who rejection is a normal thing in daily life, especially when it comes to interacting with other people. Like you could go for a job and you'll get rejected. You could go up to a lovely woman that you see in the park, or a wonderfully good-looking man, and ask them if they want to hang out or something. Rejection, it's normal. But when rejection is accompanied by ridicule, embarrassment, and overall just devaluing a person, or at least trying, it's malicious. Huh, that's an idea. Simple rejection is all that's required most of the time. But to just humiliate the person for at least trying and then claiming yourself as a victim of, I don't know, objectification due to you being put out there and such, and then later on you cry about not being the target of certain men that you are into or women that you are into because you've been toxic, just further demonstrates this world is such a mess. It's such a mess that we would even make turn it into a culture and think that anything good will come out of it. I actually saw this one video once where oh crap. Fear for my horse, is it dead? No, he's not. Now, I'm all for women empowerment, but I'm also for men's mental health. Coming across as a rugged character with thick skin, believe me, there are things that get through. Thick skin cannot take keep everything out. But to move a tad bit further off onto the topic when it comes to coupling or being with someone, I'd like to know how how does a person expect to be in a relationship with someone, marriage or whichever? How do you expect to be in those kinds of things and you do not do anything? You do not contribute. You do not bring anything to the relationship that will add value to it and make it that much richer of a relationship. Because I've seen plenty of cases. In fact, one Junji Ito, I hope I said that name right. One Junji Ito manga was of okay. The manga was about a girl who was she was a chronic overthinker. Like she couldn't think about whether she wants to sit down or stand up, whether she wants to eat toast first or have the eggs first, that kind of thing. If anybody has read the Junji Ito manga, they'll know what I'm talking about. Uh, so her father hires a caregiver of sorts, and this woman is lovely. She is patient with the girl, and she's an absolute darling. Over time, things just get a little bit weird. Like you would not. I mean, but when I say things get weird, it still improves well for the girl chronic overthinking child. Uh, she starts to become a little bit more independent, starting to make decisions for herself. But you you would see this help her. She is like like basically a shadow, or basically like a second. A, what's the real word? She's like a phantom. She's behind this girl at all times, telling her, whispering in her ear what she should do. Eventually, over time, she becomes sickly. You know that, um, and showing signs that she's obviously not sleeping very well. So then, oh, my horse, my horse. A horse. A horse is dead. That horse was going to meet his end sooner or later, and I'm going to meet my end sooner than later as well. But back to the story at hand. And so her father look. So the father looks into the helper's personal life. He hires a private investigator and goes, and the guy digs up like the girl has a history of abuse, but because of her boyfriend. Her boyfriend gambles, he drinks, and he smokes, and even plays with other women and such. So it she all her finances, this girl's finances, go towards her lazy boyfriend. And what irks me about this is that this is a real life issue. There are people out there who will um, do nothing with themselves. They will literally do nothing and just sit around. Um, well, not sit around, but there's this new phrase as well out there called bed rotting, and they're even turning that into a damn culture. Jeez. I cannot stay in bed all day unless I'm sick, much less do it like majority of my time. Anyway, it's a good manga, by the way. I'd totally go check it out. You check one girl's health is drastically improved overall, but at the cost of another. Junji Ito is good at making those kinds of manga, especially ones that are bizarre or just downright horrifying. Uh, but I'm seeing plenty of the rise of such behavior in relationships where it's one is doing all the work while the other one is lazy and doesn't wish to contribute anything besides extra stuff to clean up after them. And I, in good conscience, can't do that to another person. If I was, say, living with a female roommate, I'd do my best to to contribute to part of the chores and such. I certainly wouldn't pull a Masato on them either. In case none of you know what that means, sure you guys remember Evangelion, how Masato Katsuragi, she skimmed on her duties and made Shinji do all the work. He took out the trash, he cooked, he cleaned and everything. She basically turned him into her little butler, and all she did was just add more stress to the poor kid's life. Forget stress, trauma. Yeah, my point is that if I'm going to be in a relationship, whether it is roommates or just a full on relationship, I'll do my absolute best to contribute, provided that they also will contribute. Otherwise, I'll look for another place to stay. Thank you. And about that whole men going their own way thing, I see both sides and I see them for what they are. Men just don't want to risk it anymore by spending years with somebody only for it to end in divorce, and then half of their finances and belongings go to this person they thought loved them. While on the other hand, there are women that want to be taken care of, but at the same time, they want to demonstrate their independence and strength. It's all about finding a balance. As you guys saw, that spider, that trick of running around on a horse with while fighting a spider, that is the trick here. Oh, okay. How do you like that? Overall, all I can say is people just need to be kinder. Just overall, people need to be kinder. We live in a world that's already nasty enough. Politics, war, gang violence, murders, and such like that. Why bring that into the home or into the relationship or into social circles? Oh, I forgot. I need to fix some equipment. It costs nothing to be kind, and the payout for both sides is tremendous. It's tremendous because people can all benefit from just one person being kind. Feeling the knowledge, knowing that there's at least one person in a whole community who is just hell bent on making other people's lives better, at least a tiny bit every day. But I pity the people that do take advantage of these souls. I pity them because they must have been hurt. These people must have been hurt to such a degree that they no longer see humans for what they are, humans. People that are still worth, the whole package of human decency, such as love, kindness, generosity, and everything in that regard. That they've now taken it upon themselves to be like, I'm going to be the worst, I'm going to be the finest piece of human scum I can possibly be. And just maybe that will fill whatever void that was left behind by that one person or that one instance. Cotton, wool thread, and thick leather. Got it. And I can understand about a traumatic event might have caused them to act in such a way, like they may have their guards up. I understand that. But if you were to look at back at the majority of evidence throughout your life, has it really been that ooh, pristine hide? Does that mean a pristine leather and pristine hide? I cannot get pristine leather yet. That sucks. But I can at least try and improve my gear here. So I'm just a tad stronger. I'll be honest, I haven't been that badly treated by some people to be considered traumatized by out external sources. I've actually been my own worst enemy my whole life. I won't go into details, but I will say that it takes one to go solo in a dance, but the number of partners you can generate in your head, it can either get very ugly or could be a wonderful experience. For example, I've told you guys that that when I was all alone here at home, I took it upon myself to generate some excitement for for myself. And to do that, I mostly did solo role plays. I just pictured myself in a certain scenario, such as in government interrogation situation, and I'd act out how I think it would go. But that's just entertainment. But but when you start to conjure situations that are not likely to happen because you're scared that they will happen, so you want to be prepared, then it gets ugly. Like a good majority of my life, I thought my folks were going to, well, not just my folks, mostly everybody in my family. I thought they were going to get me at one stage. No real reason to think that, right? But as a teenager who was thinking negative thoughts 24/7, you start to conjure up imaginary problems that are not there. And through the majority of my life, the contrary has proved itself valid. My folks never did anything to hurt me. My siblings have never did any attempts on my life. My other family members have never tried to screw me over. I actually have no reason at all to think that they would do such a thing. They would have had plenty of chances to do it, despite my vigilance. So, I mean, it was coupled with the fact that I turned to Lord Jesus that I've actually now stopped thinking along those lines. Because one, it's toxic. Two, it's just horrible to think about that about your family, the people that have brought you into this world. Did nothing but good to you when they have had any and all chances to make your life a living hell, but they didn't. All they've done is just be there when you needed them and only just try to do good by you because guess what? They love you. But teenage depression can cause so much problems in down the line in the future. Which I'm glad now that I'm basically free of most of that. I mean, there's still a little bit there, but not too much, not too much that will cause even greater problems. I'm on my way to being just fine. Anyway, enough of that mopey stuff. This is lovely. I can go out of the game without it kicking me out. I know it doesn't show on you that I get kicked out. Uh, oh yeah, of course. Over here. Anything here I can travel with me? Yes. The pets celebrated everywhere for its endlessness. I love that. I just love the Game Grumps. I will tell you right now, I love them so much. Guys know how to make me laugh, especially Aaron Hansen. Dan's a sweetheart, and I just love the whole chemistry and how long a damn joke lasts with them. I mean, it was like the Orson Welles champagne commercial where he's like, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. But they managed to watch like a outtake of that, and Orson just could not be bothered. In one instance where it was like multiple takes, and he won was just he yeah, like I said, he just could not be bothered, and it was just so funny for them that they now for they actually said for 2 weeks straight they've used that. They've used that line multiple times where it's all about the French champagne, and it's funny what they could do with it, and it's something else like these I don't know. And one of my favorite is the pits celebrated everywhere for its endlessness. Not celebrated, I assure you. Still funny though. Don't want to make it seem like I'm glorifying the grumps, but I've just been a fan of Aaron Hansen since, geez, I think since 2002. I think it was 2002. Might have been just a little later than that, because I've spoken about how I got uh, PC PC magazine CDs and DVDs, whatever, every month when I went to go buy certain PC mag, and it was on that I discovered his works, the Awesome series, Awesome Metal Gear Awesome, Awesome May Cry, so on and so forth. And yeah, and for a Sonic fan, as he is, that Aaron has gone to say, he really rips on Sonic pretty hard in Awesome Sonic or something. Rips on him so damn hard. It almost seems like, dude, are you sure you're a fan? But I know that he hates Sonic 06 and Sonic and the Black Knight. Understandable, considering what he went through, especially with Sonic and the Black Knight. It's been difficult, hasn't it? I mean, for the Sonic game creators. I mean, through most of Sega's history, all they've had to ever do, was make a Sonic game where you would be checking him on a 2D platform, running in one direction, jumping, bouncing from back and forth, collecting them rings, and trying to. Ah, the little guppy, hi! How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, well, you're the moderator, so you already were here to begin with. But you have been busy all day, so I can't really say that. Huh? I'm going to be mostly lurking for obvious reasons. I don't know how the service is out here. Well, go ahead and lurk. I mean, um, you can. I'm not stopping you, but I hope your day's going well, despite the event. All right, now I just need to find a worthy blood source. Such a beloved lurker. Now to yeah, find the worthy blood source. Mostly one that deals with high damage. So let's get off my horse and let's take hold of this rogue. Anyway, so yeah, most of the time, the Sonic creators had to just deal with creating a 2D platform game where all you had to do, ever had to do, was just run in one direction and then let's call it a day. Because one, that due to the limited technology, that was the case. That's all you got to work with in the earlier years of the console creation. Console games. Okay, I think I'm gonna die here. The brute's not making things any easier. Screw you. You ruined my chances. And I just realized I killed him for nothing. I absorbed his blood for nothing. What a chop I am. Uh, so suddenly going from doing that 2D platforms to now having to try turn what you've known and only ever known how to create, utilize this character and this mechanic, you have to try and make it in 3D. And it is shown over the years it is difficult. Legend of Zelda tried it, and who else tried it? I think Super Mario even tried it, but they had better luck. They knew what to do there. It wasn't all about speed for Super Mario. It wasn't. Service is very choppy. I am sad. Oh, I'm sorry. What is like too many people? this point, I'm just trying to find a worthy blood source. I guess the creature blood source will do well as okay. But Legend of Zelda did tackle the issue a lot better than most games out there. But people did still struggle, but not as much as Sonic the Hedgehog or other games where it's shown that, yeah, if you try go 3D, it's a damn nightmare, man. I mean, remember when fighting games were all about just going back and forth to attack your opponent? You didn't have to. Yeah, this is as good as I'm gonna get, so I'm just gonna head off and murder the Spider Queen. So I think it calls for Aaron to be just a little bit more understanding. But yeah, as said before, he's a video game veteran, and he understands the struggles that many companies had to go through the years, especially through the 90s and the early 2000s, when the transition from retro to digital was a massive shock to everybody. But it's no excuse for showing minimal effort when there are people that have been doing this for a lot longer than others, and yet there are people that have been doing it for a lot less longer than others, and they have shown that they are just as good at doing it as everybody else because they actually tried. They did their research and they made mistakes during the process. They didn't do it when it was like launch day. But still, the fact that people can make mistakes, it must warrant some understanding. Yeah, I recall watching Aaron's one time. Well, he actually did it twice, I believe. It was a little show he created using his animation skills called Sequelitis, where he would basically yell in your face about what makes this game so awesome. What makes that game like better than the rest, and what was really the problem for that game's upbringing, apart from the lack of real mechanics that people no longer use anymore. Now, um, he covered Ocarina of Time pretty well, and it 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 made sense where he was coming from. That it is important for a person to look away from the nostalgia that a game has given you, or anything in that matter, where it's a movie, a favorite book, or a whatever. One must try to be as unbiased as possible and try and make a critical, fair analysis of that very thing. So you're not burdened by having to hurt this thing that you loved as a child, and it's and that you feel like you'll betray it when you make a fair analysis. No, I do understand that that's the case there. Yeah, and that's what he actually was meant to say. Was meant to get the point across when he did Ocarina of Time, to make a fair analysis of what it was about, what separated it from every other game, and by today's graphics, no, today's standards, where does it stand now? Where obviously it does stand as a retro game. It's old, it's clunky, and it's quite clumsy, but still, they utilized 3D movement in a pixelated manner. Okay, okay, okay. And immediately she's owning me. Like, forget about it, son. And it's true what he meant, what he said about Ocarina of Time, that at some point it was considered a masterpiece. But if you look at it today, it's very lackluster and leaves pretty much to be desired. But for those who grew up with it, it is a treasure, and it will be a treasure for most of their lives. But what Aaron Hansen mentions throughout the whole thing is that you shouldn't let your feelings get in the way when you are trying to make a fair review on something. If if you do, then you might as well not make a review at all and just sit down, play the game, and be happy. And I do agree with him. Hence why it was so difficult for me to rate the one gym I went to. Um, in in the past, the gym was good to me. They the equipment was up to standards. I didn't have to go very far to look for the weights I needed, but and the facilities were just in good condition. They're in good condition, and I was happy to be part of that gym. But with these new owners and all that, they just made it a nightmare. Almost all the equipment was broken, and the ones that weren't broken were often just occupied. And the facilities, like the bathrooms and all that, out of the 9 showers that are supposed to be functioning, only 3 are operational, while the rest are undergoing lengthy repairs, as far as they tell me. And what was painful about it is that I once was happy to be part of this gym, but then I was so ashamed of seeing its deteriorated state. And all I've ever seen is that the owners who are currently in charge of it have only ever used the funds that were supposed to go towards the wellness, the upkeep of the gym. It was being used for functions that were not about uh, bringing in money, but more about spending it so that they can do promotions for some of their starred members, as they say. I'm like, starred members? What is that supposed to mean? They pay more? I don't know. But I do know this. These people had less desire to provide a decent gym and more just to rake in as much cash as possible. And because of that, the state of the gym was abysmal. And I just could not wait to leave there. But what made me more eager to leave was that they. I'm dead again. This is going to be fun. Sorry, I'm just going to just replying to a message quickly. Sorry about that. My beloved moderator says that she cannot make it to the stream to check me out and chat with me because Wi-Fi signal is terrible, and her function is the event that she's at is not doing her any favors. Okay, so this fight is going to take some time because it is suggested that one must be prepared to time, take up as much time as possible to to beat her. So, and also I'm gonna need nah, I don't need it. I'm just gonna try continue with this method. So back to the story about the gym I went to. Anyway, so and what made me more keen to leave than ever was that the gym had gone under a name change. And because it's gone under a name change, it meant that the COVID special, which at the time, because when I signed up to go join them, COVID special was now null and void. Which the COVID special was that I would get 2 months extra out of my contract. 2 months extra of 2 months extra out of a year's contract. Since they went under a name change, that means that the special was null and void, and therefore they were unable um, to honor the agreement between me and them in the agreement. Which, may I add, was just a bunch of bull. They just wanted to save money and took a shortcut. So it's been added now to as a on a blacklist of places I'll never visit again, or I'll never go and use their services ever again. Because yeah, despite all my experience with them, I did give a fair and just review on the place. I didn't allow to my feelings of discontent, dissatisfaction, rule my review ideas, or review my ability to review. And I was told, and I should really consider going to court with them because they they broke a contract's stipulations. Therefore, they are in the wrong for denying me my 2 extra months. But I've said time and time again, going to court for something so petty is only going to demonstrate that I'm just as bad as them. And I'd rather not. And it's just a gym contract. It's just 2 months. So I'd rather just not bother. What the? What the? What the? What was that about? So yeah, this will take some time. And running around with my horse, it did work for a bit. I don't think it's going to work this time. My first gym was very lovely. It had everything I needed, and it even helped me experience what a real sauna is like. I just wish that some of the old gentlemen didn't like brandishly display their manhood all over the place in the locker room. Really, I don't know what it is with old gentlemen who do that. It's like, really, you're so old you have no shame. Oh well. It's a guy's locker room, so whatever. Sure, the women are just as brandish in their own locker rooms as well. You could do a lot of dodging and just hit her with AoEs as much as I want. That could be the strategy here. I'll try it that way. As soon as I get some items fixed. Well, would you look at that? They still bloom when there is no sunlight. How's that? Scourge stone and yeah. Glass and gem dust. But the second gym I went to, now that was a treat. What was so lovely about that gym was that it, yeah, I don't need to fix it. I could just put it away. So I need to find a scholar. 'Cause only a scholar will deliver me the results I need. Scholars are proficient in or oh man, there's a warrior right there. But nah, I need the scholar if I'm gonna be using spells a lot. The gym was pristine. It was clean. It was the equipment was well kept and staff were friendly. Lovely spot. I'd like to join them again, but yeah, it'll be kind of hard to keep a membership if I don't have the funds. for rands here, it's like 4,000. It's like 4,500 for a year. 4,500 rand. And I plan to do like a 3-year contract because I'm now thoroughly convinced that no, that Farm for USA thing's not going to happen for me because I don't have farming experience. They're just going to ignore me. And the Farm for USA team are not doing me any favors by trying to put in a good word. So I'm just going to write it off that, yeah, they've written me off. But hopefully I do get this job in at at this place that I'm applying that I went for an interview with, and hopefully things will work out for me. Not only will I get on the job experience, I'll be paid handsomely, and I'll get to improve my streaming capabilities, actually hire an artist or a proper model, so on and so forth. Yeah. I just it's just I just hope, ultimately I'd love to not be able to work ever again. I'd love that. Granted that we live in a world where if you don't work, you're screwed. So, what can I do? I'd even make streaming as my main occupation if I could. 6 days a week. Actually, what's stopping me from doing that now? Well, now I want to actually make some time when I can for Guppy because she says she wants to help me out with a few things. Just gotta be ready for her when I can. Let's go to Pools of Rebirth. I believe that there is good scholars there. Anyone higher? Any scholars higher? Yeah, no, nothing's really stopping me. So I should actually try to do it times a week streaming. I'll be able to hit that affiliate goal much sooner if it's all just going to count down to just followers. I've already filled the 250 hours of streaming goal. But you know what I am looking forward to? My first collab. Pretty sure it's going to be with Guppy. Even if I just sit there and just comment. See if we can't find any scholars there, because apparently that is how we're going to take on this beast. So if we have a high scholar blood type that will make the spells a lot more potent. What's awesome is that I don't need to worry about a horse anymore. I think I might have mentioned this before, but when it comes to forgiving someone, what do you think is better? That you do forgive that person, right? You forgive them, but you also cut ties with that person. If that person has done you wrong and you feel that the best way to go about it is to just not deal with them anymore, not be bothered with them anymore. Why is my character blooming white, glowing white? Is it just a glitch? I don't think I've been here before. Any scholars in here? Scholar types? Is there a boss in here or something? Mostly rogues. Because, I mean, how to put these into right words without seeming like I'm still not in a good place with them. So, yeah, you've forgiven the person and you have made peace with them and such. But here's the thing. You don't want to relive that experience again of them. Hold on. Oh crap. Nobody seen that. Nobody seen that. Nobody seen that. Nobody seen. Nobody seen. Nobody seen. Uh. You didn't see me. They saw me. So anyway, you just don't want to deal with that kind of drama ever again with that person. So it's just best that you've forgiven them, all is well again. But guess what? let's never talk to each other or mention each other ever again. Let's not even look in each other's direction ever again. Does that still count as that? Yeah, you really haven't forgiven them. All you really doing is just trying to avoid them entirely, so you don't have to deal with them ever again. But I still want to. But ultimately, I want to avoid any conflicts with them ever again, right? Like I said, I probably mentioned this in a previous stream, so I'm sorry if I'm being repetitive. It's just very hard to come up with topics when you're all alone. I mean, I could talk about anything by myself, but I gotta be like considerate to the audience and what little audience I have, and just try to be more open-minded to a whole lot of other things. It's best to my ability. Not sure if I will reach the level of streaming where a whole bunch of people turn up for the stream and I have no shortage of people to talk to. I don't know if I will, but if I do, I'll make it my point to try and I'll make it a point to try and include everybody. Try to my best to involve everybody in it. Try to respond to as many messages. Try to just try my best to be engaged to all that are present in the chat. Because I know the feeling when you want to chat with like those big streamers, and I'm like talking about like Iron Mouse and them. You want to chat with them, right? But get this, they they're far too busy dealing with everybody sending like 97 messages at once. 97 messages per minute. There's no way they're going to see your message or even try to um, respond to it, because get this, and this may seem like I'm being cruel or unfair to them, but it's a truth that nobody wants to admit to. You will be just another number amongst hundreds or even thousands. I mean, Iron Mouse has gotten just hit 2 million followers now. That's a ridiculous amount. Do you think that she's going to be able to look up all those names, memorize them, and then try to form a deep bond with all 2 million people? No. Unless you're a hive mind, that's not possible. Realistically, it's not possible. So the best that you can do is just try to provide ample entertainment to everybody while still maintaining some level of engagement towards the audience. Then at least that allows people to feel that they are somewhat still engaging with her. At least that's how I see it at the moment. Pardon me, it's just a little warm in here, so I'm gonna turn on the AC on my fan. Yeah, it's so much more comfortable with two monitors right next to each other. You can then at least see everything in a much more relaxed state. And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Iron Mouse. If it's just that it's a fact. Try to memorize all those names. 2 million names, can you? I certainly can't. and and I'm an AI. Actually, I'm gonna stop on my castle. See if I cannot get some healing potions. Okay, I've got 39% scholar. That is quite a good number. Will give me an edge, and I just need to toss AoE spells against the Spider Queen. Then I'll have access to Silk. Which is why I can understand some streamers as well. They want to make it big as a streamer, but not too big, not to the point where they won't be able to memorize all those names of those people that are supporting them. There's people that will subscribe every now and then and make their day. They want to be able to at least memorize someone's name. Memorize a few, maybe memorize several, but memorize like 100? Good luck. Probably can, but it's daunting. Wait a minute. Vermin salve. We have rats. Just must go pick them up. I'm actually glad to have. I'll be very happy if I just had the maximum for partner affiliate, a partner status for Twitch. Because I tell you what, though the numbers will grow in followers and all that, I'm sure the perks for having like so many people won't. Then again, I'm still a small streamer, but when I hit affiliate, I'm quite certain things will pick up then. Empty glass bottle and blood rose. It's still difficult for me to let go of that one little town I mentioned last stream, or a few streams ago. I mean, my father went through the trouble of taking me there, going through the town, seeing my old houses, and seeing what state it is in, finally making me realize that there is no going back there anymore. And I'll tell you really why there's no going back anymore. It's because of the gang violence. Right around the time of I think it was 97, gang violence began to increase in that little town. Crime bosses were having feuds, and citizens were getting caught in the crossfire. It was not good. And now I can only imagine what it must be like today. So, as much as I'd love to go back to the old houses and stay there again, chances are I'll get broken into. And you know what? In all my life, we've only been broken into twice. I mean, our house has only been invaded while we were away when no one's in the house, and it was all in that small town that I mentioned. That all in that small little town. So I guess it's just I just have to let it go. There's no other way across. I just need to let it go. I've always had a hard time letting things go. Uh, can I travel with you guys? I could, but I'd rather take my horse. All right. Is hoping that I succeed. And it's actually around no, yes, actually. This time last week, Saturday, I was in Durban, and we were moping about the loss against Ireland, the rugby game that I went to. And I had the mother of all headaches that solidified my decision to never drink alcohol again. It's just not for me. It's wasted on me, and I'm a downer whenever I have a drink because I want to go sleep. I'm a lightweight. I'm sorry to tell you guys this. I'm a lightweight. You know what? I'm proud of it. It means that I will never get called over for a DUI. I will never be intoxicated when I go to work the next day, and I will never get a drunk driving violation. So yeah, it also means I'll be the designated driver for every time we go to the bar. It also means that I will be the one that goes pick people up from the bar. It also means that the buzzy feeling that did enjoy is no longer going to be available to me. Unless I seek other sources for that feeling, which I will not. I've tried marijuana, I've had alcohol, I've had tobacco, I even had steroids, and I am no longer interested. Well, steroids was like for 3 days, but immediately it felt wrong. And that small old town is now gone. There's no going back. I had good times, so just leave it there. And I still died. Maybe a combination. Or maybe I need to check, reorganize my spells. Lightning curtain. Summon a curtain of lightning that blocks projectiles for up to 2.5 seconds. Afflict static. %90 magic damage. Try that instead. And that. Okay. I'll try that. It was also last week when I got to experience Durban traffic again after so long. It's just as much of a nightmare as Johannesburg traffic. We know who's to blame, but I won't go into that. Despite, the discomfort of the headache and everything, I did enjoy myself because it was at a rugby game, and how often can a person go to those? I forgot that this was what it does. Yeah, a lot harder than she looks. Anyway, you know what? Uh, I understand when it comes to like artists who want to help streamers to um build them up by doing work for them. But the thing is commissions, right? Guys may charge like a decent sum in your eyes, but to us, if it's like, well, especially for me who's broke as hell, if I can't, it's not because, you know, I fear that you guys are going to be expensive. It's the fact that I just don't have cash. As much as I'd love to, I'd actually, and now, streamers who have very little resources to like make an overlay or anything of that matter, or to get anything that would provide them some measure of aesthetics to make their streams just a tad more exciting to watch. We then turn towards AI, which, according to some artists, is incredibly unfair because it's basically saying that they can be that artists can be replaced, which is not necessarily. It's just that at the present moment, that's our only solution, especially when we're short on cash. If you're short on cash, AI will be the cheaper option, and it's got nothing to do with the fact that artists are charging too much. It's just the fact when, yeah, like I said, when we don't have the money. Okay, and I completely understand how artists, not just artists or streamers and such like that, I mean artists across the world are scared that AI is going to now replace them. Totally understandable. It's what that whole strike thing for um in Hollywood is all about. Ah, come on. Didn't uh didn't all kinds of workers also fear for their job safety and all that when machines were shown to be able to do it better? But look at us, and years later, there's still human action needed to operate said machines. Unless they go full automatic, which is pricey as hell. See, but I can do my spells on my horse. Tell you what, it would make things a lot easier. But then again, this game has proven that it doesn't want to make things easy. I will if I find an artist that will be able to make my models to my specifications as close as possible to the closest of their ability. Trust me when I tell you, I'm going to support them for years to come. Should my streaming journey last that long. I don't know what this music is that is playing, but I'm pretty sure it's not synthwave. Unless it's dark synthwave, then it makes sense. Okay, maybe I found a strategy that works. Just need to stick to it. And apologies for the silence. Just deeply concentrated on this fight. Okay, you're messing up for nothing. Come on, man. We're doing fine. Because I'm focusing on that. I'm focusing too much on that. On getting my stash back. I I've acquired. Well, I have the movie of the Infinite Crosses on Infinite Earths, just animated Justice League movie, and quite excited to check how it will conclude and how it will be resolved, or if it will be at all. Maybe I should go back to the monastery and try. Yeah, gonna go back to the monastery. The monastery had more potent scholars. And I believe it's, yes, it is. It is also going to be, it is the last bit of Kevin Conroy's works as Batman. And it ends in such a magnificent way. The lines he leaves behind. The last words that Kevin Conroy leaves behind is so iconic. Fans everywhere who have been around since the Batman animated series will know just how meaningful the words will be. So let's let it be known that it was working. Yeah, holy radiation is gonna kill me before I get anywhere. It was at the it was here where I got the blood type. I'm getting to the stage of my life where I won't be able to sit cross-legged. Is he gonna leave me alone? Yes. Even he can't tell that I'm a vampire under the guise. Whew, that was close. This town crier. I am officially fragile. And I'm out of blood and I'm starting to lose some. Problematic. Yeah, that's right. I'm in combat. I cannot gain any more health. Unless I wait naturally here for it to heal up. So I'll take this time to look at something quickly. Back to the game. I'm out of crap. Why have we got such weak source scholars here? What happened to the one that was 79% apart from me murdering her? 20, 20, 20. What's wrong with you guys? Jeez. Oh, also, I'd like to make somebody known who is part of who recently followed me, but for some reason the name didn't come up. I wasn't able to like tell. Um, yeah, one is called Enrage Smalley. Let's find out about her a little bit. Sorry. A little goblin just trying to have fun and entertain the masses. Sporadic streams whenever I feel like I give a couple hours notice over at Twitter and throw in, yeah. Yeah. When I looked over, yeah, it looks over a model. Quite fascinating. But I'd like to formally welcome Enrage Smalley and thank you for the follow. Probably has been it's been a long time coming. I apologize. Where else can I find some scholars? Can I just find out about it? Dawnbreak Village is one of them. Okay, where's that? There we go. I mean, yeah, because a scholar will aid in the intensity of the spells. And I'm just gonna leave my bags alone because I don't because they were slowing me down. They were just not helping me. Also, if anybody ever is watching these streams of mine go full all the way, I'd just like to ask if wait a minute, what about these ones? Scholars, but they're weak. Root is quite good, but I'm not here for him. I've been looking for a game for many years now, and I don't really remember what it's about. I only remember like what the character looks like. Character looks like a shaman. Excuse me, I needed to just plug in my headphones as nearly they just gave me the beep that they're close to losing batteries. I swear, the amount of time it takes for them to lose battery power is getting shorter and shorter. As much as I love brand new headphones. Hmm. And in case is there any generous people out there that want to like gift anything of that variety to me, trust me, I would take you up on your offer and all that, and maybe even make my own um throne wish list. But the thing is, my throne.com does not deliver to South Africa, so there's that. 2067. Okay, you're already on top, but I'm gonna go look for see if there's any more. Okay. 37. Okay. It seems the 67% Mama down there is the winner. But now she's making her way here. Well, that was easier than I thought. Yeah, because I know people like to gift their favorite streamers, and anybody that wants to gift me anything through Throne, yeah, I'm probably not going to be happening until Throne decides they're going to go into more than just a couple of countries. But they're willing to do South Africa as well. Till then, I just gotta stick it out, make these headphones last as long as possible. And they are quite old. They're like about 6 to 7 years old. For headphones, that's quite a long time. Pardon me. Sorry, sniffles. Probably from the fan. I think my stream will not last as long because I'm having a look at my battery percentage every now and then, and it's not going. And for some reason, it's getting chowed a lot faster. Don't know why. So not a very progressive playthrough, but yeah, if I persist and continue and face her some, keep facing her with uh, I'm probably gonna die again because I don't have any potions that are activated. See, I just need to keep a healthy distance away from her and do the quick dash every now and then, and I should be fine throughout this fight. And avoid, and of course avoid her poison bombs. Alright, I have enough now. Yeah, the lack of potions is playing a massive role in my defeat. Just check my battery percentage now. 27%. I'll go as long as 10 until 10%, and if I haven't progressed, well, let's not call it a failure because it's not. Every little bit we learn about our opponent, the better. I hope Guppy's doing all right. I understand last night she had a hard time going to sleep because of her cat. As we all know, cats give zero schmitz about our comfort in terms of bed. You have a comfortable bed, it basically belongs to them now. I gotta process some of these materials. This is proper synthwave. I love vocals in this kind of robotic voice. It's just so soothing. Maybe tomorrow I will even play some new. I will play this again and I will play some more um, decorations around. Void seems to do that ability seems to do a ton of damage. I need to go quartz hunting sometime. I'll probably have to go quartz hunting tomorrow then. I'll spend the day tomorrow just gathering resources so that I'll be lacking the next time around, and I will try to just stock up on essential potions. Oh wait, here's a lot of quartz. Then I could do an empty glass bottle here. Yeah, enchanted brew. A brew that increases spell power by 3 for 60 minutes. So I need that, which will then aid me in my empty water skin is what I need. Okay. So our goal here is just to increase our spell power enough that we can actually do some damage and that can actually progress. I have not earned so much achievements in Steam more than I have when I play Soulstone Survivors. The game is crazy. It's like achievement heaven because you're laying waste to so many monsters that sometimes the achievements can't keep up. Yeah, friends, around 10% I will end this stream. It's currently at 25% now, so it's only 15% more. We'll have to call it a stream. So it will, I guess it means I only have enough time to do like one more assault on her before I'll have to call this a stream. Then tomorrow I'll log back on and I will just spend the day um, collecting materials and resources. I'm a fan of multiple um, animation content creators out there. One being Flash Gits. I like Flash Gits. Um, they are the content is pretty good and humorous as well. Latest thing I saw of theirs was an Elden Ring parody where they're making fun of Kai Sentai or something his name is. I don't know. Just a lot of streaming celebs popping up all over the place that I haven't heard of. I tell you what, if I ever get to that stage where I'm famous enough to for people to start making parodies of me or make fun of me through their animations, I will be more flattered than insulted, especially if it's Meat Canyon. Oh man, if you are made fun by Meat Canyon, consider it an honor because I mean that guy's just top notch. Better take the brew now, then unleash upon him, upon her. I mean, because I'm a big fan of Meat. I'm also a fan of Meat Canyon. I won't say I'm a big fan. Everybody says they're a big fan, but yeah, I'm gonna die. Yeah. How much is percentages now? Might be able to make one more try. Instead of my horse, I'll just go as a wolf. Oh, brother. Another animation content creator I like is Mashed. Recently, I've been checking back and forth the Donkey Kong experience, which is basically Donkey Kong impersonating podcast host like Joe Rogan, saying stuff like, "We need to get some workout inspo." I'm like, huh? Must be so out of it if I don't find the shortening of words as an an intelligent or interesting thing. Master Corgi. Hello, Zonin. Hope you're doing great today. I'm Master Corgi. Nice to see you and welcome to this stream. Thank you. I am doing well. How about you? Apologies for my silence. I'm just really struggling against this boss. Oh, crap, man. Ah, there we go. This is basically part of just all my streams are. Just me getting my ass handed to me by by a spider or by a boss or by something. I'm I'm doing good. No apologies needed. I seem to be apologizing a lot nowadays to new friends. I'm glad that you're doing great, Master Corgi. Um, rather that you're doing good than you're not, because enough problems in the world. I don't know how long you've been uh, lurking around, Master Corgi, but my webcam is my phone, my phone, and it unfortunately I didn't. Well, I did charge it enough. I thought I had enough charged, but apparently not. So because its battery power is going down like Niagara Falls, and it's will be in no time before it hits 10%, and that's when I gotta stop my stream because I won't be able to record. Not well, motion capture myself. I'm Canadian. We're known for apologizing too much. I get it. Yeah, I thought that was just a stereotype, but okay. Yeah, it's it's a problem. I did have a webcam once, but it was it was basically like a lens attached to a piece of wire, and it didn't do very well with motion capture. It was like think it was a 360p webcam. Yeah, one made in the it was one made in the early 2000s. I don't know why I still kept it. Now it's gone. So it's poison bombs is what's really giving me the business. Ah, jeez. Ah, crap. You could just switch to PNG style after your webcam dies too if you didn't want to end. You know, I didn't think about that. Even though I today I just created a new one, some PNGs. But I'm gonna have to set those up sometime. Maybe tomorrow I will. Not very. Wait. 21%. Okay. Super easy to set up. Yeah, but it still needs to be set up. So I'll save that for tomorrow. Okay, it looks like I'm not going to be killing any bosses this stream, fortunately. Now, uh, I need to repair these. Well, hopefully at the end of this month I will know yes or no whether I'm going to be working or not at a recycling center that requires a welder and fabricator. Uh, and plus I'll be earning great bank and will give me an opportunity to finally hone my skills, grow as a skilled tradesman, and be able to afford a certification. By the end of this month, hopefully, I will know yes or no. But if I hear nothing, I'm just going to assume. I mean, I would call them, but they barely pick it up, anyways. I wish you luck. That sounds like a great opportunity. It is, and thank you. Thank you very much for your wishes. I've been out without work for 2 years now. Keep forgetting there's one outside, but he still has nothing. Yeah, switch to PNG mode, and I'll set it up tomorrow because be close to the middle of the night and I'll need my sleep. So some bone dust and some whetstones. Thankfully, I have enough whetstones. Bone dust, I'm just gonna have to make some. I'll also be spending a lot of time tomorrow gathering resources here in this game, just so that I don't come short the battles ahead. Oh, word. My character goes through blood like an alcoholic goes through cases. And that's more than a detective. Right. Some bone dust and some whetstones, so huzzah. Need to make some scourge stone. Be able to fix a pendant. Let's have a look see here quickly. Another 10%. July to keep safety. Other than use a crossbow or stick range bells. I think maybe I have to just stick to the guns. At least the guns are at a decent level, and probably will do a lot more help than the sword does in this case. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It takes so long to make these things. Can't wait for a level whatever forge. Silk, pristine leather, spectral dust, chess table. Why would I want that? Unlock the ability to manufacture coins using raw materials. Toad form. Oh, okay, so he's a frog. Long case clocks. Silver resistance potions. Pristine leather bag. That must be the best bag you can get in this game. Cyril, the cursed smith. Anvil. Advanced furnace. There we go. And it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people away from earning it. Need to change blood now. Guess it's cool enough. Don't need that on. Yeah, so now that I have my PNGs, I will be able to keep my streams going on for longer and then charge my phone in the process. I didn't even think about that. Just one more Scourge Stone. Then some glass and a magic dust. Yeah, just keep it to range attacks. Shoot as often as possible. Apologies if I'm not super interesting, Master Korgi, if you're still there. Normally I have lots to talk about, but I've ran all out of things to talk about since I started streaming. Do I have enough time? Not really. He'll be just as good. He's just as good as anybody. So one more time, and then if it doesn't work, at least as a warrior, I have reduced damage taken. Of course, it cannot be teleported. It's just part of tailoring, really. A piece of thread is gonna stop me from teleporting just because it's not teleport friendly. How does that make sense? Right. I will try with the ranged attacks. Not my forte, but yeah. One more time. Hopefully, this one will be the last time. Otherwise, there's always tomorrow night, which I'll have no choice but doing it at around 7:30 p.m. my time because it's church. It's 6 o'clock. You know, let's just go ahead and make it 8 p.m. because who knows what shenanigans will occur that will cause me to have to delay. Well, that was lovely of Master Corgi. He dropped in to say hi. A very nice man indeed. I wonder Guppy is friends with them. And it's incredibly nice. And look at that, I'm already at below half health. Yeah, no, sorry everyone. That's gonna have to be today's stream. Man, I meant to do it at the castle, since that's where I'll be starting off tomorrow. No, ranged weapons are not my thing. I'm gonna have to just go with the old sword and tricks thing. Yeah, 12%. What is with this my phone tonight? Jeez. Uh anyway, thank you, uh, Guppy and Master Corgi. Thank you both for coming onto the stream. It was great having two people come into my stream to thank to say hi and give good blessings to me. I thank you both very much for that. And to anybody who will be watching this, thank you for watching my stream, even though there was very little progress. I hope to see you guys soon. And as always, take care and God bless.